In business, chances are you've heard of Michael Gerber, the world-renowned business guru and entrepreneur. Through his book The E-Myth, Michael has transformed the way millions of people run their businesses, and he has personally consulted to some of the largest and most successful companies on the planet. I spoke to Michael about the keys to building a successful business. For small business people, what are the three areas, if you can name three areas where most small business people go wrong when they start out?
Well, one of them is vision. They don't have one. And so because they don't have a vision, because they're not clear about what it is they're compelled to do, because they don't have heart and feeling and a picture in their head, in their mind, about what it is they truly wish to do. If they could do anything whatsoever, what would that be? Because that's not alive and well in the vast majority of small businesses. They suffer from what I call the tyranny of routine. The second thing is that they don't understand the difference between the work of that entrepreneur, the visionary, and the work of the manager. And the work of the manager is significantly different than the work of an entrepreneur. If the entrepreneur is the visionary, the manager is the one who invents the system through which the entrepreneur's vision will be manifested at the operating level of the company. So you can see, if there is no vision, the manager suddenly doesn't have to do what he's supposed to do. So the manager, or the company rather, becomes management-centric as opposed to entrepreneurial-centric. It becomes work-centered as opposed to vision-centered. And a company without a vision creates chaos in the people below it and who come to work for it. The third part of it is the technician. And the technician is the one who does the work by becoming a master of the system. So what's missing in most companies and most small business owners is that they're not really small businesses at all. They're jobs for the people who own them, and they're working for a lunatic. And they're busy, 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 without any specific clarity about creating something extraordinary in the world.
So what is it, if people realise that that's them, that they're in this position, what is the next step that they do to start working themselves out of that?
Well, selfishly, what I would say is that they call E-Myth. E-Myth worldwide. Since 1977, that's what we've been doing. We've been teaching technicians suffering from an entrepreneurial seizure how to truly develop the entrepreneur and the manager in them, to learn how to begin to expand their reach. And so there's a system for doing that, and we call it the E-Myth Mastery System. And we have worked with over 30,000 small business owners throughout the world and growing exponentially, teaching them, training them, coaching with them, mentoring them, and consulting with them and helping them to develop the absolutely essential skills they need to do this work.
Yeah. Do you think that every person that goes and has an entrepreneurial seizure and starts a business has a potential to become that entrepreneur that runs a successful company?
I believe they have the natural potential. I don't believe that everyone will pursue it.
Why is that?
And they won't pursue it simply because it is a real stretch for their comfort zone. Meaning we build up our habits over time and our persona over time. And we get to believe we're a certain person over time. And over time, that becomes calcified in us. And it's respected on the outside. Oh, you do, oh, you do, oh, you do. So what do you do? People ask you. So what you say to that is, in fact, who you believe you are. So you believe you are what you do. Well, the net result of that is you also believe you are how well you do it. And because most people have not truly achieved a level of mastery in most of the things they've learned to do, they've learned to accommodate what a good friend of mine calls shrink to fit. And they calcify to this particular performance benchmark and spend their lives simply sustaining it. So they become more rigid, more rigid, more rigid. What I'm saying is we need to break the box.